Coming up today on TechLink Daily, Edward Snowden releases his second video, Google Glass catches its first arrest in action, and figure out how to send encrypted emails from Gmail. All of those stories and more coming up right now. Hey guys, welcome back to TechLink Daily. My name is Creighton Miller, and this is the #1 place to get all of your hottest tech news. It's been 4 days since our last show, yes, with that July 4th holiday weekend. It was nice and relaxing, and we've got a ton of big announcements and stories for you guys today. First off, we've updated our theme on Logic Lounge. Yes, if you go to logiclounge.com right now, you'll see our new theme. It's great because it is responsive, meaning that you'll get basically the same experience across your mobile devices, tablets, and even desktop. And it also helps as well because it's HTML5 compliant, CSS3 compliant. It's better overall layout that we are glad to have over our previous layout. This is the 10th rendition, yes, the 10th rendition of logiclounge.com since its inception 5-6 years ago. So I thank you guys so much for all of your added support. Plus, we are starting our own Minecraft server that we'll be using for Let's Plays, or people can just come and join in. So if you want to join our Minecraft server, go ahead and join it. mc.logiclounge.com is the server address. It is running 1.6.1, I believe, is the latest update, and then we will keep it always up to date past that point using the great add-on service of Bukkit. It allows us to put a lot of more controls into what we can do with the server. So we hope to be integrating that into our Saturday Let's Plays and all of that stuff. So let's get into today's top stories. We start off today with a story from the official Twitter blog, which reads, Direct Message Sync, Mobile Search Improvements, and more. Whether you're on their web application or their official mobile app or even your desktop application, the official apps from Twitter now have syncing across the whole platform. So that means that if you read and respond to a direct message on your phone, it will also be marked as read and responded to on your desktop application, on the mobile application as well. So they're bringing in a lot of syncing features. These features are rolling out incrementally, and make sure that you have your applications all up to date to get these new syncing features. Another Edward Snowden video is out from The Guardian. Edward Snowden, the US government will say I aided our enemies. Video interview. So if you've been following the Edward Snowden case, you'll know that he leaked documents, specific documents. I mean, he didn't just leak everything, but he leaked specific documents pertaining that the US government has a program called PRISM. PRISM will essentially, does collect essentially all data in the United States and monitors it, unencrypted and even encrypted data as well. And he's released these documents because he believes that the people of the United States deserve to know. Now, he has since fled to Hong Kong, now Russia, and trying to find asylum in, I believe it's not Austria, something starting with an A. Well, anyways, so he's trying to find asylum, and he's released a second video defending himself, basically, to try to counteract what the U.S. government is saying. The U.S. government is saying that he's an enemy of the state. Well, when they say of the state, they mean the United States. They're saying, you know, he's a very bad guy, and he's basically coming back and saying they'll try to say that I'm an enemy, but I am not, because I've done this for the public. So he's trying to defend his point, and largely people have been swaying back and forth whether they think that he is in the right or he is in the wrong. So I'm not going to give my clear-cut opinion because I know that will stir up a whole lot of drama, but I just want to let you know that there's a second video out there. Who here watches 3D television? Anybody? Raise of hands? Anybody? No? Okay, well, this story from the BBC says BBC 3D programming on hold indefinitely. To make this story short and sweet, the BBC has seen that people really don't watch their 3D programming, so they're going to suspend it indefinitely, meaning that they're probably never going to bring it back, because really people don't like watching 3D television. I know that if I watch something 3D for more than an hour or two, my head gets all jarbled and I'm, kind of dizzy and stuff like that. So it's not a great platform as of yet. Maybe it'll come back in the future, but right now 3D television isn't all that desired right now. Now here's a pretty neat story. If you rely on a GPS device to get around town, from The Verge, Garmin's portable HUD puts your navigation on any car's windshield. This $130 device pairs with your smartphone and allows you to see a heads-up display of your turn-by-turn directions and all of that very neat and cool fun stuff that you get with GPSs. And I believe this is a great technology because it keeps your eyes on the road at all times. So you're not looking over at your GPS, trying to see where you're supposed to go, trying to rely on those audio cues. It does, as I said, pair with your phone, so it has to be compatible with Garmin's Street Pilot or navigation applications, and it does that via Bluetooth. And then from there, it will pop up arrows, directions, names on your car's windshield. And I think this is great technology, and if you're one who does need directions most of the time, consider picking this up. It'll keep your eyes more focused on the road while giving you very good directions. Speaking of heads-up displays, the ultimate heads-up display right now is Google Glass. And this article from the Atlantic Wire brings a different perspective of how people can use Google Glass. What the first arrest captured on Google Glass really means. So what Google Glass is doing right now for some people is enabling people to be little brother, basically allowing video to be captured anywhere because it's right there sitting on your head, allowing you to capture first-person videos of whatever is happening around you. For example, in this story, an arrest happening right there on the boardwalk. So there's this question of, is this too intrusive? What benefits and what disadvantages does it have? And I believe it overall has a more positive advantage than it has a negative advantage right now in society. Everybody loves Netflix because you can basically watch TV and movies whenever you want to. You don't have to rely on TV schedules or when movies are premiering. No, you can watch it when you want to, and that's a great thing because this article from Quartz backs up how amazing Netflix is. Netflix is making both cable and internet television better. Because Netflix is now in the game of making their own content, TV and movie studios are starting to see that it's a very, very powerful platform, bringing people in to watch TV show after TV show after TV show. I just got finished watching Scrubs and now I'm on to watching Psych. So it does pull me in because I can watch it whenever I want to on any device I want to, and it's bringing these studios to pay attention to them and saying, well, we got to make some very good content for our viewers or we're going to start losing them to Netflix, because Netflix is getting all these really good deals that allows people to watch basically unlimited TV shows and movies for, what is it, $9, $12 a month, which isn't that bad compared to cable services. Nuclear reactors. When you think of them, you think of these big concrete buildings stuck in the ground and they're kind of just sitting there. Well, no more from RT.com. World's first floating nuclear power plant to begin operating in Russia in 2016. These ships, yes, I said ships, they're planning on building more than one, will feature a 69-person crew each and have 2 modified KLT-40 naval propulsion reactors. Along with that, it provides up to 70 megawatts of electricity or 300 megawatts of heat, which is enough to run a city of about 200,000 people. Now, why reactors on ships? Well, Russia plans to use them to power cities up in the far north that don't necessarily have very good power plants in general and needs. So these ships will go up there, they'll be able to be moved around, not under their own propulsion. No, they will not have engines on them. They have to be pulled by tugs or whatever to be able to get to their destination and provide power. What's great is that it can be moved, it's versatile, it provides power for a lot of people, and generally I think it's a good idea for Russia in general because they are very scattered about in the country, and bringing power to some small cities that may not have power is probably a very, very good thing. I am a Canon man. I love the Canon camera line. I have point and shoots. film SLRs, digital SLRs. I'm invested in the Canon platform. Well, I kind of like what Nikon is saying. This article from The Verge reads, Nikon says it must change the concept of cameras to fend off smartphone challenge. I respect greatly the digital SLR cameras, even the point and shoot cameras. They have very good optics, take nice clean pictures, but nowadays people aren't using them any more than they used to. No, they're using their smartphones because really they only need this sort of camera, and they're claiming that this camera is the best thing in the world and nothing can beat it. Well, that's somewhat not true. I can take much better pictures with a Canon camera, which I have and are using right now to take this video, than I can with this guy. And truth be told, I mean, this camera is great for everyday use, but those high quality, great photos aren't taken with this sort of camera. No, they're taken with that sort of camera. And what Nikon says is that they have to change up the market. They have to bring something that smartphones can't bring to the table to basically get customers back. So don't rule out actual cameras. Use them. Don't use your smartphones unless, it's a really fast, crappy picture that you want. Because don't be bought into that thing that people say that smartphones are better cameras. Because they're not. They lie. Speaking of cameras, this next story from The Verge says Nokia Lumia 1020 with 41 megapixel camera confirmed in sample photos from Joe Belfort. When will people learn? It's not all about the megapixels. I can have a 50,000 megapixel camera, but it might not take the best picture in the world because it's not only megapixels. No, it's a balance between the quality of those megapixels more than it is just more. People have this thing where more megapixels means better images. Well, not all the case. It means that you can just blow it up larger. And for most cases, well, you really don't need to blow up a 46 megapixel picture that big. I mean, my Canon 5D Mark III, top of the line professional digital camera, is 24, 25 megapixels, and it takes some amazing shots that I can actually have printed on very big canvases and have great looking photos. But phones, with their small, compact sensors, can't take all the best of photos. I mean, if you blow up the image from that 41 megapixel camera, it'll look all grainy and mushy and gooey, and you won't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. So the megapixels aren't the only thing that you need to be worrying about when thinking of a phone camera. It's a balance between all of them. Do you use Gmail? Do you like sending encrypted emails? Well, this new tool will allow you to send encrypted Gmail emails from Unixmen Secure Gmail. Send encrypted emails from Gmail with Google Chrome. This Google Chrome extension that you can find in the web store is completely free and allows you to send encrypted mail messages. How it works is once it's installed, you press the specific button for it to send an encrypted email. You encrypt it with a password, give the receiver a hint of what the password is, and what gets sent to them is a garbling of numbers and letters and symbols. But when it gets to them and they enter in the correct password, well, then it'll decrypt the message and they can read it. So if you're one of those people who want to send encrypted email messages and want to use Gmail, why not use this extension? Speaking of extensions, why don't we extend into the question of the day, which reads, was Edward Snowden right or wrong releasing those documents? I know that there's a huge two-sided debate on this. People saying he's wrong, he's definitely wrong, he's an enemy, but then people saying he's right because that has to do with our human rights and all of that stuff. So let me know, was he right or was he wrong? Leave your comments down below. Yes, those comments down below, you can use them to leave a comment for us. So use it, please use it. Otherwise, follow us on our social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all under the username of Logic Lounge. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this entire video. We will be back tomorrow with another one. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, favoriting, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, Did I just repeat myself? I probably did. Anyways, just making sure you know to press that big ol' subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for paying attention for this video, however long it is. We'll see you guys tomorrow.